My wife announced she was going to Vegas for her birthday weekend. Not asked, announced, while I was having dinner. Vegas trip is happening whether you like it or not, she said, scrolling through hotel bookings. My birthday? My choice. Don't even think about trying to talk me out of it. This wasn't the woman I married. This was someone influenced by her new circle of recently divorced friends, constantly filling her head with ideas about living her best life and not letting any man control her. When I asked about the cost, she snapped, "That's not your concern anymore. I make my own money. I can spend it however I want. Except we had joint account and joint financial responsibilities. We agreed to discuss major expenses," I reminded her. She laughed. Major expenses? It's a birthday trip. Stop being so controlling. There it was, the word her friends had been feeding her for months. Apparently wanting to be consulted on financial decisions in my own marriage made me controlling. She booked the most expensive suite at some luxury hotel, made dinner reservations that cost more than most people's rent, and scheduled spa treatments, all on our joint credit card. But here's what she didn't know. While she was planning her rebellion, I was discovering something that made my blood run cold. I pulled out every bank statement and credit card bill. In the past 3 months, she had spent over $8,000 on self-care, spa treatments, shopping sprees, expensive dinners, online courses she never finished. Worse, she had opened 2 new credit cards without telling me. 2 maxed out cards with purchases I knew nothing about. Designer handbags, jewelry, expensive skincare products. My wife, who used to clip coupons, had turned into a financial disaster, and I'd been too busy trusting her to notice. Then my neighbor knocked with news that made everything clear. His brother worked at our bank and mentioned seeing my wife there, asking about separating accounts and transferring funds. I called the bank immediately. She had attempted to transfer $5,000 from our joint savings into her personal account. The only reason it hadn't gone through was because large transfers required both signatures. She had tried to steal half our savings to fund her Vegas adventure. While she was in Vegas posting photos of $1,200 a night suites, I was busy preparing for her return. She thought she was teaching me a lesson about independence. Instead, she was about to learn that independence comes with consequences. The day before her return, I removed her as an authorized user from every account I legally controlled. Everything was completely legal. I was protecting my assets from someone who demonstrated financial deception. When her flight landed, she called in panic. "What's wrong with my cards? None of them are working." "They're working fine," I replied. "You're just no longer authorized to use them. You can't just strand me at the airport. You have access to your personal account. Use your independence." "My personal account has like $300 in it." "Then maybe you shouldn't have spent $8,000 in 4 days. When she made it home, she launched into a tirade about embarrassment. "We need to talk," she said. "You're not authorized to use those cards anymore because I can't trust you with our financial security." I showed her the evidence: bank statements, credit card bills, screenshots of her social media posts, documentation of her attempts to hide transactions. "This is insane," she muttered. "You're treating me like a criminal. You tried to transfer $5,000 without telling me. You opened credit cards behind my back. You spent $8,000 in 4 days while posting about how I was holding you back." "I want a divorce," she finally said, like it was some kind of threat. I nodded calmly. "I figured you would. I've already spoken to a lawyer." The shock on her face was priceless. She expected me to panic, to beg. Instead, I was 3 steps ahead. 2 months later, the divorce was finalized. She was ordered to pay back the money she'd tried to steal, held responsible for all debt on her secret credit cards, and required to compensate me for legal fees. Her friends, who encouraged her to live her truth, were nowhere to be found when she needed help dealing with the consequences. Now she's working 2 jobs to pay off the debt from her 4-day Vegas celebration.